Question for you tonight, and you may be wondering or seeing this on social media, is your mask doing its job, or should you make a switch tonight? The CDC says maybe so.
Yeah, the CDC says it may update its guidance and specifically recommend N95 or KN95 masks for everyone, not just healthcare workers.
And the question tonight is, will you be able to find them, especially in Southwest Florida? There's been a run on everything else. Fox 4's Lauren Moss outside an independently owned pharmacy in Fort Myers to show you what she's finding tonight. Lauren?
The owner of Corral Pharmacy says he has plenty of N95s in stock, and he also recommends them over cloth masks. We asked the owner of the store, pharmacist Sam Patel, to tell us more about what's in these red and white boxes he's selling. He says the N95 or KN95 mask is superior protection to a more commonly used type of mask.
Comparing the cloth mask, yes, 95 is much better, filtering all the small microlate particulate or virus or bacteria.
He says the 95 part of the mask name means it filters out at least 95% of all particles. He says that's important considering how Omicron stacks up to past variants.
As we all know that Omicron is more infectious. Thankfully, it's not deadly, but it's more infectious, so people should start using 95 masks.
I also checked with the CDC. A rep told me the agency is preparing to update its mask webpage to, quote, best reflect the options available to people and the different levels of protection they provide so that Americans have the best and most updated information to choose what mask is right for them. The CDC also told me that, quote, any mask is better than no mask. Sam, the pharmacist, agrees.
Cloth masks are much better than not having a mask. So anything on a face covering is better.
Sam's glad to have the KN95 mask in stock, which is not the case at all stores. I found that some CVS and Walgreens were out of all versions of the N95 and KN95 masks. Sam says he feels so confident about his system of getting the mask, he's not scrambling to get more right now.
I mean, I can buy it anytime and any day. I have a huge supply stocked up for KN95, so I don't need to buy right now.
Sam says if you are having a hard time finding an N95 mask, you can try double masking, wearing a disposable mask under your cloth mask. He also said the fitting of the mask is important no matter what it's made of. The CDC told me the same thing. Lauren Moss, Fox 4.
All right, so Lauren was telling you the CDC could be recommending these N95 or KN95 masks, but what's the difference between those two? I was wondering, so I did a little checking. Basically, they're pretty much the same. Both are rated to capture 95% of those tiny little particles. The only real difference is the KN95 is the Chinese government standard. The N95 is the American standard. So U.S. healthcare workers can use the N95 mask because of that. If you remember when the pandemic first started back in 2020, the CDC didn't recommend that everyone use N95 masks because they were trying to make sure there were enough to go around for our healthcare workers. But at this point, they do feel that there's enough for the general public.